All right, we are live.
Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Motivational Monday with myself, Eric F. King, and my guest speakers, Leah Garcia and Zaun Anagru. All right, today we are speaking about a topic that a lot of people don't talk about, right? A lot of people just, they just want to get by. They just want to pay their bills, right? And they do that for years and years and years. But what happens to most people is by the time they end up passing away, they don't have anything left behind because they never thought about it, right? I heard about a story of a guy who had a wife and 6 kids, and when he passed away, the all the children had to put money together to pay off his debts, and then they had to put money together to bury him. So I'm like, wow, all those years that you lived here and then you leave the debt. And it's not uncommon. It happens a lot, every day in every country, right? So today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Welcome, everybody. Definitely put your name in the chat. Let us know you're here. Share this with a few people because you can change their lives if they hear. Look, one tip can change your life. One tip can change your life, right? So you want to share this with at least 3 people. All right. So today we are especially blessed. Some people will say lucky, but I say blessed, right? Because everything comes from God for me anyway. We are blessed to have an expert in the house, right? So I can give you some tips based on my experience, what I've done, but we actually have an expert, a financial expert, a financial strategist that will tell us exactly what we need to do, right? Exactly what we need to do. So get your pens ready, get your iPad, your phone, whatever, because you want to hear from the woman that's about to speak, okay? She is all the way in California, where it is 4:03 in the morning, right? She didn't have to be here. She could be anywhere. She could be sleeping. She's very successful, but she chose to be here to be with you all and share this incredible information. Okay. She is a financial strategist, all things money, right? You want to make more money, you want to invest money, whatever you want to do. She's the one that you contact, right? And she's also a third-degree black belt, right? So you said, what does black belt have to do with finances? It has everything to do with it
That's
because you
right.
need to be disciplined with your finances, right? You need to know what to do, right? You can't give up, right? People just give up and just throw in the towel. So she's going to help you with all of that. So without further ado, Leah Garcia, the floor is yours.
Well, happy Money Monday, champions. My favorite day of the week, right? We're going to talk about money today. Eric, I'm going to pay you later, but like this topic, I said, oh my goodness, this is a layup. I'm going to try to keep it down to a few minutes, but here's a real deal. Money requires attention. We all use money every single day, whether we have lots of money or a little bit of money. So remember, I didn't get up at 2:30 in the morning here to bring you puppy dogs and ponies. I came here to give you the real talk. This is the gloves off real conversation, champions. Are you ready? That's my question to you. Are you ready? Because most people are really just playing money checkers. They make some money to pay some money. They make some money to spend some money. They make some money to give it to Uncle Sam. And to me, that is just so outdated. We have to flip the script and upgrade and start playing money checkers because most people are just going through the drive-through when it comes to their money. They're going through the drive-through and they just want to pick the value meal number one. Listen, it's there, it's quick, it's easy, but is it really going to serve you long term? Money requires strategy, it requires patience, it requires several moves ahead because wealth today has to be protected, transferred, and distributed properly. That's how you build a family dynasty. That's how you build generational wealth. It's not going to happen by accident. It's going to happen by design. So if you're only playing money checkers, listen, this talk is for you. And that's probably most people. And Eric alluded to it. Do you know that most people will die, leave this world after working for 40, 50, 60 years or more? And they will die completely in debt, having less than $10,000 to their name. We have to flip the script. We've already had generational poverty. It's now time for us to flip the script and have generational prosperity. But that requires strategy. So listen, folks, I'm going to give you 3 golden nuggets. And if you're really good, I'm going to give you a bonus today because I'm feeling extra generous. So number 1 is, listen, stop overpaying on your debt. And this is what I mean by that. We think it's all about the interest rate. I'm going to tell you the interest rate has really little or nothing to do about it. It's about the way that we are attacking our debt. It's about the way that we're actually spending down and paying off our debt. I just helped a client with a mortgage of about $197,000, and she had 29 years to pay on this mortgage without paying 1 cent extra, without doubling payments, without paying every 2 weeks, paying the same exact payment. We're able to get her out of debt, pay that mortgage off in 6.8 years. Listen, it's not magic. It's about math. Math is about the numbers. We got to understand the numbers. And most of us don't understand the numbers. And that's okay, because I'm here to help you. Okay? I'm here to help you. Number 2. Listen, number 2 is a big one here. And number 2 is we have to stop risking our gains. Most of us are riding that roller coaster. We make some money and then we give it back. We make some money, we give it back. I call that insanity. We have to start realizing our gains. We have to start putting money in our pocket at some point. Because if you're just going to keep having that going up and down, listen, the day you invest, the day you take it out is all that matters. Everything else is just smoke. It doesn't matter until you realize those gains. And what do I mean by realized gains? That's the money that you can spend and go to the grocery store. That's the money that's in your pocket. All those other up and down lines that you see are just there to bamboozle you. We have to really understand those realized gains is what's going to make the difference. That's what's going to matter most. Because this is not monopoly money. This is our real money that we're talking about. This is our real money that we're talking about to go into our future. It's not just about building a pile of cash. It is about the things that we're able to do with that money and the people we're able to help. And by the way, money gives you options. I know a lot of times people tell me, oh, Leah, I don't need a lot of money. Oh, Leah, all you do is talk about money. Because listen, money gives us options. It gives us the ability to do things that we can't if we don't have money. And number 3, this is a big one. We have to stop overpaying Uncle Sam. When we're playing money checkers, we're just paying to Uncle Sam. We're just checking the box, filling in the blanks, and that's all it is. It is what it is. But it's about the strategy. And what I mean by that is you need your experts all on the same sheet of music, all singing the same song. And that is your CPA, your tax professional, which, by the way, you need a tax professional. Don't do it yourself. Please don't do it yourself. You need an estate planning attorney. You need a tax attorney, because when is the worst time to look for a tax attorney is when you need one. And you need an insurance expert, someone that understands how money really works. Because if those experts are all working in their own silo, your music is going to be out of tune. And remember, if one note is out of tune, it ruins the entire symphony. You need someone who's going to work with you holistically and proactively and really look down the road and play that money chess for you. We've already done the checkers. And listen, this is the bonus. The bonus is that when we want to look at creating generational wealth, folks, we have to really think about how are we going to properly protect, distribute, and transfer that wealth. And what I mean by transferring is we set up an estate plan. We're going to set up that living trust. But this is what most people do. They build this estate and then they divide the seed. They give this person this and that person that and this person this. And what did that do? You just ruined the power of the wealth. Wealth is meant to be for multiple generations. And how you do that is you keep the wealth together. You put the bumper rails on that wealth, and you allow your heirs to spend the interest. Protect the seed money, because the second you divide up the seed money, you've divided up the wealth. You will not have generational wealth, because remember, even the Bible talks about it. A wealthy man leaves prosperity to their children's children. It's not just about you. It's about what you pour into future generations, because money is about options. And the only way we're going to have those options is if we keep that wealth together. So, champions, you have a choice today. You can still keep playing money checkers. You've been doing that every day anyway. Now's the time to upgrade yourself and start playing money chess, because this is not a DIY project. A lot of times people say, I want to do it myself. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make my own spending plan. Well, how's that working for you, champion? It's probably not working for you. If we need a new engine, we go to a mechanic. If we need heart surgery, we go to a surgeon. But when it comes to our money, for some reason, we think we're going to do it yourself. It isn't going to work, folks. These days, we need an expert. So that's what I wanted to share with you, Eric. And I know it went a little bit longer today, but listen, I'm just so passionate about this topic, and about, money is all my jam. So there you go.
Yeah. Thank you. Absolutely. You have more time for sure today, because this is what you do. And the information that we've already got from you is life-changing. Like just hearing that you don't take the money and just divide it up. I mean, the Rockefellers, the reason why all these families are so rich is they don't do that. They set up a system whereby generations will have money in the bank. That's what they do, right? But everybody else just gives out the money. I'm giving this to my son. I'm giving this to my dog. I'm giving this to my cat. Like, they don't even have a system, right? So we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much. And welcome, everybody. I see a lot of people coming in here. Definitely tell us where you're zooming in from. Laverne, good morning. Sherry, good to see you. Ardelia, welcome. Good morning. Sharon Rose, good to see you. Noreen, welcome. Coral from across the pond, welcome. Oh my goodness, we have so many people here. Eric Dobie, welcome. And we have a lot more, but I don't see some of you on the chat. So definitely say hi. Just say hi and tell us where you're zooming in from. All right, so we're going to keep going. This is a great topic. It's a great topic. A lot of people already are resonating with it, because, again, every day we don't think about this. We just go through our lives and try to deal with our problems and never think about the future, right? But you need to. I'm going to tell a little story in a few minutes. You need to think about the future. All right, our next speaker hails from Nigeria in West Africa. He is known all over the world as Mr. Positive Energy. He helps people in all kinds of industries. And here's the thing. What I always tell people is, if you want to make money, right, whatever you do, you have to do with a positive attitude, right? You have to, right? Like, whatever you do, you cannot achieve greatness with a negative attitude. It's not possible. Right? It's not possible. So if if you're saying, I started this business, but I don't really like the business. I don't really like talking to people. This world is falling apart anyway. You're not going to succeed. So just pack it up. So today we have another expert in the house in helping you, right, turn that around and change your attitude, because that's key. That is key. So without further ado, Zion Anagru, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric F. King. It's always a privilege to be here. And Leah, that was spot on. Like Eric said, she's the expert in the house. She's the expert when it comes to finance. And like she said in the last point, get an expert. You don't have to look too far. The expert is right on your screen, and she's there to help you. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. And it's so exciting. I'm so glad to be here and just to share about how to build generational wealth. Now, when you look at the topic, building generational wealth, it takes building. You have to build. Generational wealth, it's never overnight. It's not something you start a business today and tomorrow you're already there. No. It takes decades to build. So when it said build, you have to build. And building comes from a place of intentionality. Comes from a place of intentionality. We live in a time and in a season where people say it does not matter. It does not matter. But I tell you, it matters. Generational wealth matters. And that brings me to my first point. For you to be able to develop that attitude, for you to be able to go on that pathway on building generational mindset, there is need for you to exhibit some positive habits in your life. And the first habit is adopting a multi-generational perspective. I will say that again, a multi-generational perspective or a multi-generational mindset. This mindset is very, very important. For most of us, all you think or all you see is you and your children. Just about you. For some persons, they will tell you, oh, as long as I have a roof over my head, I have food on my table, I have clothes to wear, I'm okay, I'm comfortable. That's majority of the people think like that. As much as it is good, it shows that you're not even thinking about your generations to come. As much as it is comforting, it shows that you're not thinking about your children's children to come. So there has to be a mindset shift, a positive mindset shift, to have that multi-generational perspective, to let you know that through wealth planning, we outlive you, we outlive your children, and we go on for generations to come. Now, when you go and study families who are truly wealthy, families who are wealthy, I mean real wealth, it's never from the first generation. These are families who wealth has been passed down from generations, time after time. For some of us, we are opportune to be there, but for others, we're never opportune to be in families like that. That's why it needs to start with you. The mindset of it starts with me. The generational wealth I want to see, the generational wealth I want to build starts with me. You have to decide today that I'm embracing the multi-generational perspective, the multi-generational mindset. It's no longer all about me or my children. It's about their children and their children's children. And I tell you, when you begin to develop this kind of mindset, it's going to shift a whole lot of things for you. It's going to shift your decision making, your thinking, and your investment practices, because you know that whatever it is I'm doing right now is not about me, neither is it about my children, but it's about their generations to come. Think about it, that 10 generations after you, they're still thinking about you. If they're talking about your name, that it was you that took a stand that changed the course of a generation. So I encourage us developing a multi-generational mindset. It's very key. It's a foundation. It's a starting point for you to say, well, it starts with me, and you begin to embrace that kind of mindset. And secondly, this is something we don't talk about a whole lot, and I've been able to observe it. The one thing I will share is gift assets, not depreciating items. For you to be able to build generational wealth, gift assets. We have your children, your spouse, they're celebrating their birthday. Instead of giving them items that will depreciate, that will wear away. Okay, imagine maybe your wife or your daughter is celebrating a birthday, and you bought her a $10,000 handbag. Yes, she will like it, she will appreciate it, but it's just for the moment. At the end of the day, as time goes, the bag is going to experience wear and tear. And who knows, in a few months' time, the bag is thrown away, no matter how much you bought it. But instead of gifting people items that will depreciate, gift them assets, something that we appreciate over time. You can easily say, you know what, for your birthday, I'm investing in this company asset for you. In your name, I'm investing in this assets. In your name, I'm investing in this real estate. And give it time. In 10 to 20 years' time, in the name of that child or that family member, you can see it's going to appreciate. It can be a $500 investment, but before you know it, over time, it's going to compound and it's going to increase. By that, it's going to go on and on and on, and the $500 investment can become greater. So this is something we don't do. I know we all love luxury, we all love beautiful things, we all love flashy things, but if you truly want to build a generational mindset, there is need for us to start giving assets instead of depreciating things, instead of depreciating items, because time will tell. And thirdly, my third point is, awareness like this. Awareness like this is very, very important. Awareness to keep it within the family. It's not enough for you to know. It's not enough for you to be aware. It's not enough for you to know all the strategies and your families are lagging behind. Pull them along. Pull everybody along by carrying on, pass it on. The knowledge you've gained, the knowledge you've attained as it pertains generational wealth, do well to pass it on. Your son is not too young to know about it. Your daughter is not too small to know about it. The Bible says, train them a child in the way he should go. If you can train up a child in the mindset of multi-generational wealth, imagine that child grows up to become an adult. He does not have to start thinking about the thought of a generational wealth mindset anymore. They already have it in their childhood. So when they grow up with that mindset. They are already prepared. They are already positioned to go in that direction. So bring the awareness and teach it. And lastly, I will end with this. I love it so much. And one thing I've understood about wealth, as much as money and wealth is physical, it is also spiritual as well. It is also spiritual. And that brings me to a point of pay your tithes. It's very, very important. As believers, as Christians, do well to pay your tithes. Don't say, all this money is for me. No. Do well to pay your tithes. Pay your tithe and sow seed. The Bible talks about seed sowing. Once you sow seed, expect a 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold return. So one way for you to build multi-generational wealth, pay your tithe. A lot of people do not talk about paying tithe a lot, but if you have an opportunity to look at the life of people who are truly worthy, you can see that these are people who are paying tithe. As a businessman, pay tithe. As a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur, do well to pay your tithe. Keep that little, that 10% aside to say, what, this is for God. I'm giving it back to God. As you do that, I tell you, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I yield my back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. Great information. We appreciate that. And you're absolutely right. I agree with you 100% on everything you said today. And we appreciate it. All right. So we have a few questions in the chat. We're going to get to that. If you haven't said hi, definitely let us know that you're here in the chat. And definitely put your questions in there. Okay. We have a resident expert. Like, I know a lot of people in the financial industry. She's one of the best. That's why she's on my show, right? One of the very, very best, right? So this is your chance. This is your chance to be able to connect with someone that can help you and can help your generations to come. How many people have that opportunity, right? Most people don't, right? All right. So let me just welcome a few more people here. Ruben, good to see you. Welcome. Matthew, welcome. Good to see you. Letitia, welcome. Oh my goodness, we have so many people here today. Rosemary, good to see you. Yes, Rosemary, good to see you. All right, so again, put your questions in the chat. Let me just start by telling you a little story. Something that happened to me many years ago when I was 19. But I just came to this country. I was very young, and there was this girl I liked. Right, it's gonna be juicy, right? But I didn't know how to talk to her because I was a little shy. And she told me, she said she has to go to work. She works far away. She takes care of this older lady. She's like a nanny. And she said she spends the weekend there. And she said that her car broke down and she can't get there. And I said, how far is it? And she said it's like an hour and a half. So that's a long time. But I'm like, but she's pretty though. I'll do it. Right. So I drove her all the way down there, right? So we get to this hill, we drive up the hill, and there's a huge house on the hill. And so she said, come on in. So I walk in, and it's like a mansion. It's a mansion. And I'm just floored. I'm like, wow, I've never been in a place like that big. And I'm sitting there, and I see these pictures on the mantle, right, of the fireplace. And in the center of the pictures, there's a big picture of a guy. He was dressed in a nice suit and he had a hat on, and he just was just posing there. And I asked her, I said, so who's actually no? I asked one of the, I guess, the children, right? So she's taking care of this lady, one of the children. I said, so who's that? And he said, oh, that's Papa. He's the guy that built all this. I said, really? I said, where is he? He said, oh, he passed away many years ago. But he said, you see all those nice cars in the driveway? It's because of him. I'm like, really? And he told me how he built a big business and how he structured his business so that they will have money for the rest of their lives. And I'm like, wow, right? Like, I had so much respect for him and I don't even know him. I'm like, no, that's a great thing to do, to set up your family for that. And I'm not even sure what business he did. But at a young age, I said to myself, I want my picture to be on the mantle when I'm gone. I want people to say, you know what? That's the guy. That's the guy that changed our family tree, right? So I stopped. I'm 19. I should be thinking of buying the nice stuff, and I'm thinking generational wealth, which is weird for a 19-year-old, right? So, and I put that responsibility on myself, right? Because what most people just give excuses, right? Well, I wasn't born in a wealthy family. My family is broke, and just all these excuses. But guess what? If you weren't born in a wealthy family, then you're the chosen one. That means you're the chosen one. You have to create the wealthy family. That's it. So I told myself, I'm the chosen one, right? I'm the chosen one, right? A lot of the things I do, nobody in my family did before, because I'm the chosen one. Right? So here's the deal, folks. So I'm not really going to talk a lot about strategy, because that's what Leah's here for. But I want to give you the mindset for you to start doing something today to create that generational wealth. Don't give excuses. Hey, Eric, you don't understand. I have 3 kids. Okay. Are you going to use that as an excuse or a reason to create generational wealth? Right? Like, it doesn't matter where you are. You start where you are, right? We all have problems. Trust me, right? But you want to do, today, draw a line in the sand, say, I'm going to do something. Maybe it's just life insurance. Go. If you don't have it, go get it. That's a good step, right? Or like, I'm just going to meet with Leah. I just want to meet with her, ask her some questions, see if she can help me. That's your step. Take a step today to create that generational wealth. Okay. And like Leah said, you need experts. First of all, you need a business, because it's hard to create generational wealth just getting the money from the job. They just don't pay you enough, right? So you need a business. So get role models, mentors that can teach you how to build a business, right? Tax, like I have a tax accountant, right? A CPA. You need that, because they will tell you how to save money, and they'll tell you about deductions and all these things that I never even thought about, right? Because they're experts. So don't be cheap. Get one. Don't just say, I'm just going to go to, what do you call those companies that you can just go there in 5 minutes and they're done. H&R Block, right? If you work for H&R Block, nothing against you. I'm just saying. They just fill out a form, right? That's it, right? Go to somebody that will actually show you how you can save money. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, right? Because especially in America, probably about 51% of everything you make will be taxed. Right? You're probably thinking, well, Eric, it's not that much. It's like 25%. Well, you're just looking at the federal and state tax. You're not looking at the sales tax. You're not looking at the Social Security tax. You're not looking at the death tax. There's death tax. There's so many taxes. There is, if you invest in real estate and make money, there's capital gains tax on that. Like so much tax, you can't figure it out. Get somebody that can help you. The trust, we talk about trust, powerful, right? Money that's protected, that nobody can touch, right? Right? They're just, I can go on and on, but I won't. I just want you to have that mindset today that you're going to do something to build that generational wealth. It's not just about paying bills, okay? It's not just about paying bills, right? For me, when I'm building my business, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking one day I can sell this business, right? One day I'm gonna build it so big, help so many people that one day someone's gonna call me and say, Eric, I'll pay you $100 million for it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Right? The business continues, right? But then my family generations are set, right? So that's what I want to share. That's my portion today. And I hope I help somebody. Today. And definitely, again, guys, put your comments in the chat. Share this with a few people. By the way, we're coming up with something big, y'all. Like this event, what we do every Monday morning, it's going to be huge. It's coming up very soon. So I don't know how many people are here. We have a lot of people here, but we're about to have thousands. So I want you all to keep coming and invite people, because this will be the top podcast on Monday mornings in the world. And you are pioneers. You're at the beginning stage. You're gonna say, I remember when we had like 100 people. Now we have thousands. It's gonna happen, folks. Right? It's gonna happen, and you are pioneers. So congratulations for being on today. Congratulations for being on today. All right. So let's get into the comments here. Simi, welcome. Good to see you. Always good to see you, Simi. I believe she's from Nigeria. Yes. Oh, we have Robert Kennedy in the house. One of my former speakers spoke on my stage. The chosen one. That's right. You are the chosen one. By the way, right. Robert Kennedy is one of the best speakers I've ever seen. Follow that dude if you want to hear some great speaking. All right. So we're going to get to the questions real quickly, though, because I know sometimes people have to drop off. Leah, Zion, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you if for some reason they have to drop off. And
yes, absolutely. I'll start real quick, if that's okay, Zion.
Okay.
So my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional, and it's really my crusade to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth. Folks, it might be wealth today, but it should be a dynasty tomorrow, and that's what we're talking about, building that family dynasty. Really easy to get a hold of me. I'm all over social media. LinkedIn is definitely my best social media, and you can also visit my LinkedIn profile and send me a DM. And you can visit my website, which is it's a biz in a box. It's an interactive website, leahgarcia.io. That's leahgarcia.io. Super, super simple. And I look forward to having a coffee chat with you about your generational wealth, because Eric's right. If you're here, it's because you are the one in your family to change your family's last name forever. So I love that. Be the one over the fireplace. Okay, be the one.
Yes. Yeah,
I love it, Eric.
It's your picture. It's your picture on the mantle. Absolutely. Go ahead, Dan.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. My name is Zion Nogeru, and the best place to reach me is always on LinkedIn. I'm a positivity coach and mentor. I help business owners and entrepreneurs embrace the power of positivity to attain success in life and also in their business. So if you're struggling to stay positive in the midst of the overwhelming journey of being an entrepreneur, do well to reach out to me. Let's go on a journey of positivity together. So that's that about me. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. I'm back to you.
All right. Do well to reach out to me. How eloquent. Do well to reach out to me, y'all. You see, in America, we're not that eloquent, right? So I appreciate you, Zad. Appreciate you. All right. So I am the founder and CEO of studiospeaking.com, where we feature VIP studio speaking events, right? We have some of the top speakers in the world speaking on the best stage in the world to share their expertise. And guess what? We have an event coming up, October 20th. October 20th is our next event. We're going to get all that information out very, very soon. You can register actually for free right now. Just go to, actually, I just put it in the chat. Coral, if you can put that in LinkedIn, because I think it only goes to YouTube and Facebook for some reason. successwitheric.com/Be Unstoppable 2025. Be Unstoppable 2025. We have 9 powerhouse speakers. If you click on the link, you'll see them. You'll hear all about them. People that are known all over the world. It's going to be incredible, right? So what I do is I help people who want a bigger stage, right? They want a bigger footprint online, right? So you'll get videos, you'll get pictures, you'll get all of that. You'll get awards. I mean, there's so many things. I'm not going to go into all of it. Go to studiospeaking.com to find out. But not only do I help speakers, but I help people that come to our events. Right, you're going to hear information that you would have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for to hear, because I bring the best. Right, so go there, click on the link and I'll see you then. All right, so let's get to the questions, folks. Let's get to the questions. It's not too late to put a question in there. If you want to ask a question, write the word question and then put your question. All right, so let's see. Coral has a great question here. Let's see. Let's see which one I'll go first. She has more than one in here. Okay, there we go. From your perspective, is building a family business a good method of creating generational wealth? Good question. Very good question. Who would like to address that first? And I'll get to that.
Yeah, I'll kick it off real quick. The answer is yes, absolutely. I have maybe one or two clients that have created generational wealth through a job, but it's very, very unusual. Most entrepreneurs are going to be the ones creating the generational wealth. And it's not just about the money that they're able to accumulate, but it's also the mind shift that they have when they become entrepreneurs. So that's a great question. Hope that helps, Coral.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right, so let me share. Yes, business, obviously, I think family business is great. Now, one thing you have to understand, though, when you're talking about family, is not everybody in the family may be business minded, right? So, let me be the one to tell you that not all your brothers and sisters will be great with the business. Some of them are not business minded, right? Some of them do not have an entrepreneur, kind of vision. So choose wisely who will be part of it, right? It's not necessarily everybody in the family that can be, part of it. Just use your discretion, but have a family business. Now, if you go to Forbes, you'll see that 4 of the top people in the top 20 are Walmart. They all have the last name Walmart. I don't know who they are, but I know Sam Walton's children. That's obvious, right? So yeah, so the family will benefit from it, but I don't know if all of them are actually in the business, right? So you don't necessarily have to put everybody in the business, but you can definitely build a business for the family. Absolutely. Okay. So hopefully Zion will jump back on. Let's go to the next question. Also by call. By the way, folks, it's not too late. Put your question in here. Just say, again, question, and then ask your question. Okay. So let's go to Coral. This is a great question. From your perspective, what mindset shifts are necessary to break cycles of poverty and start building generational wealth in the first place? Mindset shift. I like that. We talked about that a little bit, but it's great to talk about it even more. Leah, do you have anything to share on that?
Yeah, I love that. And I call it a growth money mind shift, right? We have to shift our thinking. A mindset to me is static. So there are two things that I hear a lot of people say, and one of them was even in the comments. The first one is, I just want to be comfortable. Stop it, because your comfort may be someone else's discomfort. And this is what I mean by that. It may be not you, but maybe it's somebody in your family, somebody you love and care about, and now they need a pile of cash to save their life because something has happened. They've had a major diagnosis, and now they need some extra care. So if you're just comfortable, can you really be the one to help their other family members? Somebody was going to get sick. Somebody's going to live too long. They're going to run out of money. And suddenly now what do? And the second word I hear a lot is sacrifice. I don't believe in sacrifice. Sacrifice is punitive. It makes us feel of lack and limitations. What I talk about is an exchange principle. So if you're exchanging that dollar that you're going to squirrel away, you're not sacrificing. You're exchanging it for something better in the future, right? That exchange principle is exchanging something now for something better or greater in the future. So great question, Coral.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. For me, I think everything starts with mindset, right? I have a six week sales coaching program, and the first week is all mindset because everything starts with mindset, right? People say, just tell me what to do. Just give me the strategy. It doesn't matter if you have the wrong mindset, right? If you have the mindset of lack, it's not going to help you. If you have the mindset of giving excuses, it's not going to help. Right? Because you're going to make an excuse. You make an excuse, not even show up for the meeting that we're supposed to have. right. So, Yeah. So you have to start thinking differently. And how do you do that? It's by getting on calls like this. Is honestly, it's by getting around people that are where you want to be, right? So don't ask your broke Uncle Ralph about financial freedom, because he's not going to teach you. He'll just teach you how to be broke. That's all he knows, right? He loves you, but that's all he knows, right? So you want to stay around people that will help you build, right? I say in my trainings that if you want to make $500,000 a year, don't get advice from your parents about making money if they make $50,000 a year. Now you can love your parents, but if they're making $50,000 a year, find somebody making 500,000. Go learn from them. Come back and bless your parents. That's what you do. Okay. So you have the opportunity to go to Leah and find out how to do this, right? You don't have to ask the people around you if they haven't done it. If they haven't done it, then you don't ask them. Quite honestly, don't ask the wrong people for advice. There's a tip for you. Don't ask the wrong people for advice. Don't ask the wrong people for advice. Okay. So that's what I would say about the mindset shift. That's a tongue twister early in the morning. Coral, that's a tongue twister. All right, let me see if there's any others here before we go to your next question. All right. I'm gonna challenge you all. Somebody put a question in the chat. Okay. Oh, I think someone did. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Harry said, "What's your favorite assist to build generational wealth?" Okay. I don't know what you, I guess, favorite strategy, I guess I would think this is what he means. But Leah?
I'm going to say, I'm going to assume the word strategy too, Eric, because I was trying to figure this out. So this is something anyone can do. And Eric alluded to it. Create a family trust and buy bucket loads of life insurance. If you don't have any wealth, you can definitely still create that generational wealth. If you can qualify for life insurance, buy as much life insurance as you can. And then what happens is you put the life insurance in the trust, and then you set up those bumper guards. So now your family has the seed, right? That's that seed money. And what the Rockefellers did was every family member then was required to purchase life insurance. They used to say $1 million, but you know what? $1 million doesn't go that far anymore. I would say start at 2 million. And for somebody that's young, that could be so like maybe 30, 40, $50 if somebody is 20, 30 years old. So
By the
you
way,
don't
Harry said asset. Sorry, he said asset, not assist.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is the asset to building generation?
So
Life insurance. I'm going to go right back to life insurance. It is. If you don't have a lot of money, it's a great way to start. Another thing is that having a living trust where everything goes into the trust and keeping it in the trust, creating a multi-generational trust. So a trust isn't just about protecting your wealth from probate, but it is protecting it for future generations. So the answer is the same. The question is, that's an easy place where almost anyone can start as long as you qualify for life insurance.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Great question. Yeah. So for me, I think real estate is one. I built, our dream house right by the water. And the great thing about when we built the house, they were still doing construction, right? So they have now a place where you can get the train. There's a place where it's like how do you call it? Where you can go for different things, right? There's a dentist, there's a dry cleaner, all of that. So, and it wasn't there before. So the value of the house has grown a lot in the last 3 years, right? So you want to build in the right area or buy in the right area, right? So real estate always helps as well. So that's my 2 cents. So thank you, Harry. Okay, yeah. So Harry seems he has a lot of questions. I think you should contact Leah because he asks questions about whole life, term insurance, and that gets into a deeper conversation. So yeah, definitely contact Leah, and you'll have all your questions answered. Awesome. All right, so let's see. Any other questions? Let's go to Coral.
There was another question. I think it was by Coral, passing on a family business. I think she was saying, how do you?
We talked about the
We
family
did?
business. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do have another question though from Mary. Mary RS says, best tips for a single lady to build generational wealth and not lose momentum or get dragged down by marriage or giving birth. Oh, that's a good one. I can't help you there, but Leah can. Leah can. All right. Leah can.
Yeah. So a couple of things. Number one, you need a team, right? You absolutely need a team of experts. That when I talked about the CPA, the estate planning attorney, tax attorney, insurance professional. And then I'm going to talk about the first layer in my wall of wealth. This is the one that tricks up most people. Have the right type of health insurance. Make sure that you can go to any doctor, any hospital, whether it's in state, out of state, even out of the country, because you may need experimental treatment, and that's the way you can get access to it. Number two is having life insurance with living benefits. So life insurance that not just pays your heirs, but pays you if you should have a terminal illness, critical illness, chronic illness, accident, major accident, or even get diagnosed with something like Alzheimer's. So cancer, heart attack, stroke, you can access a portion of those dollars. Can save your life, can save your money that you've worked so hard to put together. And having some sort of a disability plan, that's why I like the life insurance with the living benefits, because it can act like a disability plan. That's where most people get tricked up. The other things we can kind of layer in, emergency fund and investments and stuff. But if you don't have that first layer nice and solid, it doesn't matter how much money you accumulate, because you're going to spend your money trying to protect your health. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Mary.
Awesome. Thank you. And Mary, I will say this though, because I know you live in Nigeria, and I have three sisters right after me, 3 sisters. And here's the advice I gave them. You want to hear the advice I gave them, which helped them a lot? I said, get your education, build your own business, have your own money. Because here's the deal. If you don't have your own money, then a man can control you. They can control your entire life because she knows you cannot leave. So make your own money, okay? For all the women listening right now, young women, make your own money, right? First of all, he'll just have more respect for you. He'll have some respect for you, right? Right? You don't want to put all your dreams and hopes in a person, because like you can only do that to God, not a human being, right? So yeah, it's I know sometimes people say, well, I just want to find someone to take care of me and everything. It's good to have a generous husband, right? It's good to have someone that helps you out, that pays for stuff, but make your own money. Make your own money, because you'll feel better. You'll give yourself self-esteem. You'll have some self-esteem, right? He can't just say, okay, you know what, leave. You don't have any money, right? So, and Mary, you are a perfect person to do so, because you are a sales coach. You know how to make money. You know how to help people make money, right? So don't let anybody restrict what you can accomplish in your life. Go for it. And if you meet a guy that doesn't want you to do any business, run from the guy. If you meet a guy that says, "Oh, yeah, I don't want you to make any money. You're good. Just stay home. I'll take care of you." Here's the problem with that. He could take care of you, but now he's like he feels like he owns you, right? He feels like he owns you. So keep doing what you're doing, Mary. You're a super sales coach, and you help a lot of people. So great question. I hope that helped. All right. So let's keep going. Let's see. What mistake? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Carl has a great question. All right. From your perspective, what mistakes do families commonly make that cause generational wealth to disappear? Ooh, good question. Good question. Yeah. I know Leah said one where it's the dividing up the money and it's all gone. That's one. But Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, that is definitely one. I'm talking about the US. I don't know the rules in other countries, but in the US, a lot of people think having a living trust is simply it's about their real estate, but it's really so much more than that. So it's really having a full estate plan here in the US, which deals with your powers of attorneys and your intellectual property and all of those things. And also here in the US is people not owning long-term care insurance. Everybody tells me my family is going to take care of me. My kids are going to take care of me. Well, let me tell you, let me ask you this. Do your kids want to take care of you? Do you want the last memories that you have with your children of you taking you to the toilet? I'm sorry, wiping the drool off your face. That's not what you want. They don't want that either. Hiring somebody will save your relationships, because otherwise what happens is people squander it trying to get long-term care after they're already in a situation, and now it dwindles down their estate. I've watched multimillionaires spend their wealth down with having a long-term care episode. So those are the two big mistakes. So great question, Coral.
Great question. For me, I just think it's just wasting money on unnecessary things, like Zion said. So I have a car. I have a nice car, but I can buy a nicer car if I wanted to. I can buy whatever I want. But to me, it's a waste of money, because because I don't do it to show off, right? I don't do it to show off, right? So I sometimes I'm thinking of, okay, I'm looking at something, I'm like, okay, I can afford this, but why not spend that, with my kids or for their education or something, right? So spend the money in something that will help you in the future, like an investment in your future, not just wasting money. A lot of people waste money on things they should not waste money on, and they should not even spend money on. So that's the thing, right? You have to spend wisely, put money away before you start spending everything, right? That's why people win the lottery and they go broke. How can you win a lottery for 10 million and in 5 years you're broke? Why? Because you're spending the money in the wrong way, right? You're just blowing it, right? So I think that's the biggest thing, that people just live for today. They don't think of tomorrow. And that's how they end up making, mistakes, and the money just evaporates, just disappears. So great question. All right. So let's see. Do we have any other questions here? Let's see. Okay, so I don't think anybody else asked a question. All right. So
girl's question, how do you prepare your children to take over a family business?
Okay. So yeah, I didn't ask that. Okay, so let me see if I can find that. How do you prepare your children to take over a family business?
Okay, I think that was from Coral.
Yes. How do you prepare your children to take over a family business? Good question. All right.
Start us off, Eric. Start us off.
Okay. Okay. It's through education. So there's a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's in here. It's in here somewhere. And my sons, I have 3 sons. They've read, well, 2 of them have read it. Right? The other one's like 12, so he hasn't read it. But I start educating them about finances early in their life, right? So they think long term. They don't just think like a kid, right? So educate them. There are things that teenagers can know now. You don't have to wait till they're 30, 40 years old. Let them know now. Real quick, and I'll get to you, Leah. So a friend of mine years ago, when I was really young, he told me that he bought a car. Him and his dad bought a car together, right? And his dad had good credit. So now when he paid the car off, he had good credit. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know you could do that, right? And then now he has good credit. Now he's going to teach his son that, right? So his son is going to have good credit at a young age. I'm like, wow, right? That's what I'm talking about. You teach your kids what you know now, and the generation, like I didn't learn from my dad, but I learned from him. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to teach my kids that, right? So that's an example. Go ahead, Leah.
I love that, Eric. That is so brilliant. And there's so many ways that you can talk to your children about money. It's not just like you got to sit them down and let's talk about the stock market. You can just have simple conversations. Me and my grandson, my precious grandson, we're collecting coins older than 1982. And so he knows every week I bring a pile of pennies and we look through them and we're looking through the coins and we're finding those. So our goal is to fill up a little mason jar that we have. So what are we doing? We're having conversations about money. He knows that the pennies that are older than 1982 have more copper in them, right? Because he likes to study about rocks and he's got a little magnifying glass. So really just having those conversations, and you will just be surprised at how much children will absorb. We were with some friends this past weekend And one of the little boys there, one of my precious grandson's little friends, they were talking about it's going to be their birthday. And he wanted to get a wallet so that he could put all his birthday money inside his wallet, this little boy did. And my precious grandson looks at him, he's like, I would never put my money inside a wallet, right? He knows that we're doing things with his money. So just start having those conversations. And they may not want to be in your family business, but what may happen is they may benefit from the family business. So at least if they understand that it's there, like Eric's going to sell his family business for millions and millions of dollars. So now what is he doing? He's preparing his children to understand the business he's building is going to be sold for millions and millions of dollars, and having those conversations. And it opens up a space that simply only being an employee or never talking about money it will never be opened. And when we open up our space, you never know. You'll be dazzled and amazed what your little ones bring to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's a great question, a great answer. And yeah, you just, again, just like she said, you just have to prepare them. And don't make it so that it's like a lecture, right? Yeah, have fun with it, right? It doesn't have to be a lecture, right? Yeah, it doesn't have to be a lecture. Make it fun. Play Monopoly. Do stuff fun that are fun, fun stuff, right? So good, great question. Let's see. Okay, that's not a question she had. Okay, great. So welcome, Joe. I think it's Joni. Joe, welcome. Good to see you. Yes, you made it. And watch the recording, by the way. If you just joined, you can watch the recording. Basil, watch the recording, and then share this with 3 people. That's what we do here. We don't ask you for money, but what everybody does that gets on the call is they share this with at least 3 people. So they can benefit the way you benefit, all right? So yeah, so we will just close out with that. Again, appreciate everybody being on today. We meet here every Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern time, right? Different times all over the world. And we're about to really go like really global soon. So I want you all to keep coming back, keep sharing it with people. All right. So real quick, 3 seconds, 3 minutes. Leah, remind us, how can we reach you? I'll let everybody sit. But go ahead, Leah.
Super simple. I'm all over social media. My best social media is LinkedIn. You can send me a direct message there. You can also go to my Business Box, which is like an interactive website at leahgarcia.io. Thank you, Miss Rosie, for putting it in the comments. So I'd love to enjoy a coffee chat with you. And you can also download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth, and take my money quiz. So thank you so much, Eric.
Awesome. Definitely she has a very unique website. You've never seen anything like it. All right. So click on leahgarcia.io. Again, folks, I have an event coming up October 20th. successwitheric.com/Be Unstoppable 2025. It's in the chat. Click on it. It's absolutely free if you want to join us. It's like those Tony Robbins events, right? It's really exciting. Really, you'll love it. And then also, if you want to speak on my stage, go to studiospeaking.com. Studiospeaking.com. You'll see it right here, and book a call. All right. So we got 2 minutes. So I'll let you go. See you guys next week. It has been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be here with you today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.